The claim that monsters do not exist sounds convincing. However, new testimonies appear online almost every day, proving the opposite.
¿Qué es eso? Блин, я, конечно, понимаю, что я за МКАДом, но какой-то полурак, полубанан, как он моргает.
In this video, I present to you a selection of interesting stories about encounters between people and incredible creatures. Enjoy watching. This video will seem truly frightening once you learn its backstory. It was shared online by a police officer from Johannesburg. According to him, one morning officers discovered an empty car on a rural road. After inspecting the surroundings, the police found no one. Then they decided to check the dashcam recording. What they saw shocked them. The footage shows a strange creature emerging from behind a hill, unlike any known predator. At first, it carefully crept closer, and then, with a swift movement, rushed at the car. At that moment, the recording cuts off. What happened next remains a mystery. Was it a cryptid attack on a person, after which the driver disappeared? Or was there no one in the car at that moment? There are still no answers to these questions. A farming couple from a Colombian village began to notice something strange. At night, noise came from the barn. This continued for several days in a row. Each time the people entered the barn, the sounds stopped and they found no one inside. One night, everything changed. Hearing the noise again, the couple went to investigate. When they opened the door, they saw a horrifying creature hanging from the ceiling. The farmer grabbed a shovel and tried to strike the monster, but every blow passed through it as if it were immaterial. Realizing that fighting it was pointless, the couple ran out of the barn in terror and did not appear on the farm for about a month. Fortunately, when they returned, everything was calm. The strange creature had left them in peace. This video was made about 30 years ago, but it appeared online only recently thanks to a former employee of a scientific laboratory in the state of Virginia who preferred to remain anonymous. According to him, the footage had been classified for a long time, and the creature shown in it ended up in the laboratory, where he took part in its study. The man claims that it was an alien. The video caused a strong reaction online. Some people are sure that it proves the real existence of extraterrestrial civilizations. Others are skeptical, because without independent examinations and data about the filming location, it is impossible to claim that the recording is authentic. The author of this video was driving home along a narrow road surrounded by dense forest. Suddenly, a horrifying creature emerged from the thicket. Its body was covered with thick, light-colored fur, and its distorted facial features looked so terrifying that it was impossible to look at them without shuddering. The man managed to film the monster on camera, then sharply pressed the gas pedal and sped away. When the eyewitness shared the video online, many users suggested that he had encountered Adrud, a mythical creature said to live in dark forests. According to legends, it was once a little boy who was brought here and abandoned. He learned to survive in the wilderness, and when he grew up, he decided to take revenge on those who had betrayed him, mastering ancient magic. As a result, he turned into a terrifying monster and now sometimes comes out onto roads, looking for those who once betrayed him. Fortunately, the author of the video managed to avoid an attack. Two tourists decided to test their nerves and went into the forest at night. They had heard local legends about strange creatures but did not believe in them until they came face to face with a monster from myths. After going deep into the thicket, they suddenly saw an unknown creature. It had a strange humanoid body, and huge deer antlers were on its head. The tourists managed to capture it on camera and then posted the video online. Many viewers immediately recognized this mysterious creature as a Wendigo, a spirit from the mythology of the Algonquian peoples. According to legends, the Wendigo appears in the forests of northern regions. It is believed that this creature was once human, but turned into a bloodthirsty monster. It must be said that the tourists were lucky to survive this encounter. A tourist vacationing in Cancun, Mexico, decided to go outside late at night. Not far from his house, he noticed something frightening. It was a creature that resembled both a human and a frog. It had smooth green skin, and instead of arms and legs, it had something like frog limbs with webbing between the fingers and toes. It was sitting on the roof of a low building, inflating its throat sac exactly like a frog and making strange sounds. The video posted online caused a storm of discussion. Many did not believe the footage was true because the creature looked too fantastical to be real. But the tourist insisted that he had seen the monster with his own eyes. Workers from Rajasthan in India stayed at a site until late. When they were already preparing to go home, one of the men noticed something strange. Looking more closely, he saw that some creatures were crawling straight toward them. They partly resembled humans, but moved in a very unusual way, crawling on their stomachs. Their movements were fast and jerky despite the unusual posture. The workers froze in horror, then rushed to the car and drove away. Even though they managed to escape, the encounter shook them to the core. All the workers quit the site the very next day and never appeared there again. Residents of a village in Balochistan accidentally discovered an amazing animal during a hunt. At first, they thought it was an ordinary hyena, but on closer inspection they realized that something unusual was before them. The creature resembled a cross between a hyena and a domestic dog. It had unusual coloring, light fur with distinct black stripes. Its muzzle showed hyena-like features with powerful jaws and sharp teeth, but its size was closer to that of a domestic dog. Local residents caught it while trying not to harm it and told scientists about their find. Specialists arrived in the village and decided to take the animal to a laboratory for further examination. However, the creature experienced severe stress and felt unwell. Realizing that further isolation could kill it, the scientists decided to release the animal into the wild. They hope that someday they will be able to try studying it again. A worker from Minnesota witnessed an unusual incident during a break at a construction site. In the forest opposite him, he noticed that a humanoid figure had appeared among the trees. Looking closer, the worker saw that the creature had massive shoulders and a muscular body, and its height greatly exceeded that of a human. The man decided to film the creature on camera, but at that moment a colleague rode by on a bicycle. As soon as the creature noticed the movement, it instantly disappeared into the forest, as if dissolving among the trees. Unfortunately, the recording turned out blurry, so identifying the mysterious forest creature is impossible. This video was made by a tourist who went on a trip through the desert of New Mexico. He was driving along a deserted road in his car when he suddenly saw a truly fantastic creature. It combined the features of a bird, an ancient dinosaur, and a human. The monster moved on two legs and carried something in its paws. The tourist tried to follow the unusual creature, but it noticed the foreign presence, turned around, and rushed at the car. The man, overcome with fear, urgently turned the car around and sped away, barely managing to do so. What this creature was remains a mystery, but the eyewitness himself believes that he encountered a representative of the reptilian race, hypothetical intelligent beings often described in conspiracy theories and ufology. This video was filmed in the Himalayan mountains. It shows a pale humanoid figure skillfully climbing up sheer cliffs as if the mountains were its natural element. The creature looks very unusual. It has grayish skin, strange legs with powerful toes, and something like a tail that helps it keep its balance. The eyewitness watched the monster until it finally reached a hard-to-access cave high in the rock. It was probably its dwelling. What this creature is remains a mystery. Its appearance does not match any known description of cryptids or mythical beings. Some believe it could be a primate unknown to science, while others think that ancient creatures still live in high mountain regions, creatures no one knows anything about. The video shared by a girl using the nickname Mystery USA 01 was filmed during her trip through a rural area of New York State. She decided to visit a secluded lake where people rarely go. When she came closer to the shore, the girl noticed a sitting figure. She was very surprised by this encounter because the creature looked extremely strange. It had a humanoid figure, but fins ran along its back and a tail could be seen behind it. In addition, the creature's skin was blue. At first, the girl thought she had met a mermaid, but when the creature noticed her and disappeared into the water, she saw that it had legs. Unfortunately, the girl still does not know whom she encountered. Experienced fishermen witnessed a mysterious phenomenon during low tide on the Pacific coast. When one section of land was exposed, they noticed a strange figure resembling a human but with many tentacles. The creature stood almost motionless, as if observing its domain. However, as soon as the monster noticed the people, it quickly disappeared into the water, leaving the fishermen completely bewildered. One of the men managed to record the creature on camera and posted the video online. The footage caused a strong reaction on the internet. Many users immediately remembered Cthulhu, the mythical monster described by writer Howard Lovecraft. According to the legends, Cthulhu sleeps in a sunken city deep beneath the waters of the Pacific Ocean, and his awakening could lead to the end of the world. Footage taken near a river in Liberia captured a mystical creature that emerged from the body of water. It walked along the shore on two legs, like a human, but its appearance was frightening. A human torso, long arms, massive feet, and a long tail resembling that of a crocodile. After the video was published, local residents recalled ancient legends about river guardians. Among the peoples of Liberia, spirits of bodies of water are described as invisible protectors who sometimes take physical form to remind people of the need to respect nature. Many people are sure that the creature in the video is one of these guardians. This video appeared online on December 28, 2025. According to the eyewitness, he was returning home late at night when he suddenly noticed a strange creature crawling up a pole. It looked like a hybrid of a human and a frog, with yellowish-green smooth skin, bulging frog-like eyes, and a long, flexible tail. At the same time, its torso was almost human. The eyewitness froze for a moment, unable to believe his eyes, but then came to his senses and filmed a few seconds of video, trying not to attract the creature's attention. After that, he hurried home as quickly as possible. In early 2026, two videos appeared online within a few days of each other, showing creatures resembling Gargoyle. The first case was recorded in Guatemala. An eyewitness filmed a strange creature with a humanoid body and huge membranous wings. It was sitting on the top of a hill, staring motionlessly into the distance. A few days later, a second sighting was reported on a beach in the Middle East. This creature resembled the first one, but differed in details. Large horns were located on its head, and its skin had a darker shade. Users who watched both videos recognized the creatures as gargoyles, mythical beings often depicted as stone guardians on cathedral rooftops. In legends, gargoyles served as protectors against evil spirits, but they could also pose a threat if awakened. A tourist went into the forests of the Amazon, dreaming of unforgettable impressions. At some point, he heard rustling among the trees. The man decided to check who might be there and cautiously moved toward the noise. When he came closer, he saw a strange creature that looked like a character from a science fiction film. It resembled a mutant monster similar to Godzilla, with a massive body, short powerful legs, and an elongated head with many sharp teeth. The man had never seen anything like it. He was deeply frightened, but still managed to film the monster on camera. After returning home, he posted the video online. Despite the huge number of views and heated discussions, none of the users could explain whom he had encountered in the Amazon jungle. Friends went on a hiking trip through a rocky, mountainous area. Suddenly, they noticed a small cave hidden among the stones. When they came closer, several little creatures peered out from the cave entrance. They looked exactly like fairy tale goblins. They were no taller than 1 meter. Their bodies were covered with wrinkled dark skin, and their ears were large and pointed. The friends watched the creatures for several more minutes, then decided not to disturb them and quietly moved away from the cave. On the way back, they discussed what they had seen for a long time, but they never found a reasonable explanation for how they had managed to encounter fairy tale creatures in real life. A resident of a small settlement in South Texas was returning home from work late at night. The road ran through a grove, and on one of the trees he saw a creature hanging upside down. It had large, membranous wings folded along its body and dark skin. In appearance, the creature resembled a bat, but with one truly terrifying feature. Its head and facial features looked human. The creature hung motionless, as if asleep on the branch, so the eyewitness decided to record it quickly on camera. When the man returned home, he thought about what he had seen for a long time and could not fall asleep. A couple of hours later, he decided to return to that place to examine the monster again, but there was no one on the tree anymore. A climber was traveling through the mountains of North America and decided to send a camera drone out for reconnaissance. He wanted to film panoramic views of cliffs and gorges, but suddenly a huge humanoid figure appeared on the screen. The creature was about 3 meters tall. Its body was covered with thick, dirty white fur, and its broad shoulders and long arms revealed incredible strength. The climber brought the drone as close as possible, trying to examine the details. The creature, of course, noticed the device and tried to hit it, but the man managed to turn it around and direct it back to himself. He is sure that he captured a real Bigfoot and is very proud of this footage. The author of this video is a resident of a small town in Colombia. In the evening, he was sitting by the window, leafing through a book, when something suddenly caught his attention. Looking more closely, he saw that a horrifying creature was on the roof of a neighboring house. It deftly jumped between the roofs of houses, pushing off with its long limbs. At first, the man thought it was a monkey and began filming the unusual incident on camera. However, when the creature jumped down from the roofs to the ground, he realized that it was a supernatural being, not a primate. This video was shared online by a cowboy from Central America. He went into the forest to find sheep that had strayed from the herd, but instead of the lost sheep, he saw an unknown creature. It was very small, and its body was covered with thick fur. In its hands, the creature held something resembling a cane. The being was moving toward the man and apparently seemed aggressive. The cowboy did not understand whom he had encountered, but just in case, he decided not to tempt fate. He quickly filmed a short video, turned his horse around, and galloped away from the forest. Late at night, a man was returning home along a deserted road near a forest. In the headlights, he noticed someone's figure standing right on the roadway. At first, the driver thought it was a person, perhaps a lost tourist or a local resident who needed help. But when he drove closer, he realized it was an unknown creature. The creature was tall and thin. It actively gestured with its hands, as if trying to tell the man to pull off the road toward the forest. All of this seemed very strange to the eyewitness. He did not change his route and sharply pressed the gas pedal. After driving around the terrifying creature, the man sped home, trying not to look back. This footage was taken in 2016. While walking near his house, a man noticed a mysterious creature on a tall pole. Apparently, it was hunting birds, and it had indeed managed to catch one of them. After the successful hunt, the creature began striking its prey against the pole to stun it, and then started eating. The man immediately noticed that this creature did not resemble any known animal. Its movements also seemed unusual, too sharp and precise for an ordinary predator. The eyewitness took out a camera and recorded it. Then he posted the video online, hoping to figure out what he had seen. Users proposed all kinds of theories, from a rare species of monkey to a mythical creature. But despite many assumptions, the creature could not be identified. The author of this video became one of the witnesses to an unusual incident in a city. Before the eyes of astonished townspeople, a police car slowly transported something very frightening in a cage. It was a horrifying creature resembling a huge bird with powerful legs. Eyewitnesses made their guesses. Some suggested it could be a mutated shoebill or some kind of large scavenger that had undergone strange changes. But many noted that the creature looked too unrealistic and resembled a monster from a horror film. People began asking questions of the authorities, demanding that the mystery of this creature be revealed. However, officials continue to remain silent. During a safari in the wilds of South Africa, tourists noticed a large bird in a tree. It was sitting on a thick branch, and at first, everyone decided that it was some rare species of eagle or vulture. However, the longer they watched, the more doubts appeared. Even in the footage taken by eyewitnesses, it is clear that its anatomy differs from that of ordinary birds. But when the creature finally spread its wings, it became clear that it was still a real bird. Perhaps it was an optical illusion, and because of the viewing angle and lighting, its silhouette looked strange, creating the impression of something unnatural. A married couple rented a house in Canada to spend the weekend in a scenic place. Waking up early in the morning, they went outside and saw something strange near the neighboring house. It was a pale, tall figure moving with unnatural motions. The couple decided to film the creature on camera, understanding that otherwise no one would believe them. After the video was posted online, many viewers recognized the creature as the Rake, or the Rake Man, a mythical being from urban legends. It is believed that he appears in sparsely populated places, watches people, and sometimes pursues them. Some believe this is simply fiction, while others claim they have encountered him in real life. Two friends went on a car trip along country roads, but they chose the wrong route and got lost. Trying to find the right way, they turned onto a deserted road. After a few minutes, in the headlights, they noticed the figure of a person standing in the middle of the road. The friends decided to ask him how to get out of there, but as soon as the car came within a few meters, the figure began to change. Now they saw not a person, but a creature with a body covered in black fur. The friends were truly frightened. They sharply turned the car around and sped away. In a safe place, the eyewitnesses discussed what had happened and concluded that they had encountered a real werewolf. A man was returning home from friends late at night along a quiet street in Orlando. Near one of the buildings, he noticed something very strange. A coal-black figure with smooth skin was sitting there. At first, the man thought it was a person in very dark clothing, but looking closer, he saw that the upper frontal part of the creature's head rose high upward, while the face was positioned too low, almost at the neck. It sat motionless, but it was definitely alive. The eyewitness decided not to linger near this creature. He recorded a short video and then hurried home. Later, he showed the video to his friends. They were amazed and advised him to post it online. The video gained thousands of views, but despite that, no one could answer the question, what was it? A wildlife researcher received numerous messages from residents of settlements near the Ishikari River in Japan. Local fishermen said they had seen a mysterious creature with a turtle shell on the river several times. Intrigued, the researcher decided to check these stories. For 2 weeks, he came to the river every day and spent almost the entire day there, watching the water and the shore. Finally, luck smiled on him. Early in the morning, he noticed a figure at the water's edge. It was the very monster, a human with a turtle shell on its back. The researcher recorded a short video, trying not to reveal his presence. The video caused lively discussion online. Some suggested that it could be a Kappa spirit known in Japanese folklore. Others believed it was a rare mutation or even a hoax. Residents of a small village in Guatemala came outside after one of them noticed a mysterious creature on a pole. It sat there, gripping the support with its long fingers and looking at the village. The creature had a body resembling a human's, but with membranous wings folded behind its back. The man who first noticed it urgently called his neighbors, and soon a small crowd gathered in the street. People stood and watched the creature, filming it on camera. Suddenly, the monster hissed and spat a stream of toxic liquid toward the villagers. Realizing that observing the creature could be dangerous, the residents hurried back into their homes. A few minutes later, the monster spread its wings and took off, disappearing into the darkness of the night. After that incident, it was never seen in the village again. Not far from the Mexican border, a married couple discovered a group of unknown small creatures by the water. Their bodies resembled human bodies, but they had large heads, long ears, and transparent wings fluttering behind their backs. The creatures were flitting over the water and did not notice the observers. The couple took out a camera and managed to capture several seconds of their play. When the video appeared online, most viewers concluded that they could have been fairies, mythical creatures from the folklore of many peoples. A fisherman from Ohio went into the forest before sunrise, hoping to find a quiet place near a body of water. Approaching the water, he froze in terror when a horrifying creature rose from the lake. It was a real monster with the head of a reptile and the torso of a human. The creature was aggressive. It opened its jaws, revealing sharp teeth. The fisherman ran away and did not look back. During the day, he told his neighbors what had happened, but no one believed him. Fortunately, he had been filming his way to the water and accidentally captured the monster's appearance on camera. This video became the only proof of the encounter. Fishermen went to the river to catch fish, but they returned to the village much faster than usual and not alone. In their nets was a mysterious creature they had caught near the water. The news instantly spread through the village, and all the residents came out of their homes to see the unseen being. It was a true hybrid of a human and a bird. The creature turned out to be very strong. When the fishermen freed it from the nets and tried to drag it into a cage, it resisted fiercely. Finally, it managed to break free. After that, the monster quickly ran toward the forest and disappeared among the trees. This footage was taken by a tourist who went on a trip through Corelia. On one day of his vacation, he noticed an amazing creature on a tree branch near his cabin. It did not resemble any known animal, and most of all looked like a murloc. Murlocs are a race of fish-like humanoids from the Warcraft game universe, living in bodies of water. They are described as creatures with scaly skin, bulging eyes, and fins on their backs. The tourist cautiously approached the creature and began filming it. The being showed neither fear nor aggression. The man decided not to touch it. He was afraid that the creature might be poisonous, and he also did not want to harm it. This footage was taken on May 28, 2023, but the filming location remained unknown, and the author of the video preferred to remain anonymous. The video shows a dark creature sitting on a rock with its back to the camera. It seems to be observing what is happening below, only occasionally spreading its membranous wings. The creature did not resemble any known animal and looked more like a demon. Because of the lack of details, many viewers refused to believe the recording was authentic and decided that the video was a creation of artificial intelligence. A surveillance camera captured an unknown creature moving along the road with strange, unnatural movements. Judging by the footage, the creature was tall, more than 2 meters, with long, thin limbs and a tail hanging behind it. Many viewers recognized it as a Skinwalker, a mythical creature from the folklore of the Navajo people. According to legends, Skinwalkers are shape-shifting shamans capable of taking the form of animals or other people. They are described as tall, thin beings with unnatural flexibility and frightening agility. However, The presence of a tail does not fit the classic description of a skinwalker, so the creature could not be identified. A short video filmed in the Appalachian Mountains instantly went viral. It shows a humanoid figure with large wings and legs resembling hooves. The creature is squatting near the edge of a cliff, its head bowed, and it seems as if it is grieving about something. Some viewers even suggested that it was a fallen angel who once lived in heaven and is now forced to wander the earth. Of course, this assumption sounds like fiction, but our world is far more complicated than it seems to us. Tourists shared footage filmed during a hiking route. In the middle of the road, they encountered a strange creature resembling a giant eagle. But when the creature spread its wings, it became clear that they were not covered with feathers. The wings looked more like those of a bat, membranous and with visible veins. The monster was probably injured. It could not take off, and the presence of people made it aggressive. The eyewitnesses realized they needed to stop filming and hurried away. One of these people posted the video of the monster online, but many viewers did not believe the footage was authentic and decided it was an edit. Quite recently, an unusual video appeared on social media. The author of the video left a caption under the post urging people to think about the idea that mythical creatures exist in our real world. There was no other information in the description. The footage shows a room containing an aggressive creature with black fur and glowing eyes. It keeps trying to get out, but it does not have enough strength to do so. Users who watched the video suggested that the creature is being held in a secret laboratory under the supervision of scientists, and that it is probably a werewolf. In folklore, werewolves are described as people cursed or infected with lycanthropy. During a full moon, they lose control and turn into huge wolves with incredible strength and aggression. It was believed that a werewolf's bite could pass the curse onto the victim. A tourist went to explore desert hills in Peru. At some point, one elevation caught his attention. Having climbed to the top, the man saw something resembling a shelter for strange creatures. In front of the cave entrance were 3 reptiles. In appearance, they resembled lizards, but they differed from them not only in impressive size, but also in behavior. The creatures worked smoothly and in coordination, trying to drag a huge bundle containing something heavy into the cave. Their movements were purposeful, not instinctive like those of ordinary animals. The man was shocked by what he saw and decided to capture the scene on camera. After filming a short video, he left the place as quickly as possible, fearing that the creatures might notice his presence. Tourists went hiking along the scenic trails of Morocco. One of their dogs stepped aside to explore the area. At that moment, a huge winged creature descended from the sky to the ground. At first, the eyewitnesses thought it was a vulture or some kind of bird of prey. But when the creature ran after the dog, it became clear that it was something else. Its gait looked especially unnatural. The creature was approaching the dog, but suddenly it noticed the people and then seemed to become frightened, flapped its wings, and disappeared into the sky. The eyewitnesses discussed what they had seen for a long time and wondered what it was. A species unknown to science, a mythical being, or simply a strange bird mutation. During a morning walk along a beach in Chile, a married couple enjoyed the silence and the sound of the waves. Suddenly, their attention was drawn to strange activity right by the water. Coming closer, they saw a group of small creatures with dark, smooth skin and human anatomy. At first, the couple did not understand what was happening. And then they saw that the tiny beings were trying to pull a large fish out of the water. The couple decided to film the scene so they could share what they had seen online. After publication, the video became the subject of active discussion. Some users decided that the couple had encountered a group of goblins. Others did not believe the story and called the video fake. But the couple insists that these creatures are absolutely real. That is all from me. If you like this video, don't forget to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell. Your activity is the best reward for me. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.